This video will cover snapping in Classic and AEDT Icepak. Snapping is a quick way to position and resize objects in Icepak during model building. In addition, snapping can help remove small gaps in the model that introduce high aspect ratio cells which affect solver convergence. Let's first see how to use snapping in Classic Icepak. Here we have a sample model with a board, blocks, and a few fans. First, let's try to resize the DDR4 object so that its edge aligns and becomes coincident with the edge of the AGP component. Select the object by holding Ctrl and left-clicking any edge of the body. In the bottom right corner of the UI, click on the Start or Length option and set it to Start or End. Then click on YS followed by clicking on the AGP edge you want to align it with. Now let's view the model in the positive Y direction and focus on the board. Zoom to the bottom right corner of AGP by pressing Z key and selecting the zoom region. Notice there is a small gap between the board and the AGP component. Let's fill this gap by snapping the bottom surface of the AGP to the board. To do this, we select the AGP, click on ZS, and then click on the top edge of the board. This will ensure a perfect conduction path from the AGP to the PCB. Following a similar procedure, let's align the max X face of the bridge with the heatsink. Clearly, snapping makes quick work of these adjustments. Now let's see how similar tasks can be performed in AEDT Icepak. Here is the same model in AEDT Icepak. Snapping can be launched with either a face or object selected. Let's use face selection for the DDR4 object. Press the F key to switch to face selection mode and select the side face of the DDR4 object. Snapping can be found by going to the Icepak Snap menu or by right-clicking in the GUI and selecting Snap. You can also create a customized shortcut for snapping by going to Tools, Keyboard Shortcuts. Since we selected a face, the only snapping option is to extrude that face. The GUI immediately prompts us to snap along the normal of the selected face. In this case, we will snap up to the AGP face. Now switch to object selection mode and let's select the AGP object and bring up the snap panel. Notice that in the object mode, the snap panel will show different options for cylinder, prism, 2D polygon, 2D polyline, 2D rectangle or 2D circle depending on the native shape of the selected object. Imported shapes are currently not supported. However, if they are simple imported shapes, they may be auto-converted to native shapes using modeler, generate history and subsequently snapped. Orient the model into positive Y direction and zoom to the bottom right corner of the AGP object. To remove the gap and align the AGP face to the top of the board, we will snap ZS. Select ZS in the snap panel and in the 3D modeler window, click on top edge of the board. Note that you can keep the snap panel open and continue to work with other objects by using the refresh button. Here we will select the bridge object and hit refresh. Selecting XE in the snap panel and clicking on the edge of the AGP aligns the two max X faces. It's easy to see why snapping is such a popular tool for model building and avoiding mesh issues.